Okay, good afternoon all. Am I audible and the screen is visible or not? Just confirm in a chat box quickly. Okay. Okay, fine. So, in last lecture, we have seen what? We have seen two tests, right? The Cauchy root test and Cauchy integral test. Now, in today's lecture, we are going to see what? The alternating series, right? How to check either it's convergent or a divergent. And the another topic is absolute and conditional convergent of a series. Okay, but before that, I have given you one example, right, in homework. So, have you completed that one? One example I have given you, that is summation n equal to 3 to infinity, right? 1 upon n log n under root log square n minus 1. Anyone? How many of you have calculated this one? How the either the series is convergent or a divergent? Yes. Anyone? Just raise your hand or you can write down into the chat box quickly. Okay. Okay. The series is convergent. I have tried, ma'am. Okay. 21. So what was the answer? You have to apply what? The Cauchy integral test, right? And you have to solve that. Fine. Okay. So it is what? A series is what? A convergent. And the main thing is in that one is what? How you are supposed to do the integration. Fine. That is the thing. So, okay. Many of you have solved that. Okay. Convergent. Fine. Fine. Okay. Fine. So today we'll move to the new topic, right? That is what? Alternating series. So first we'll see the statement or the definition of that one, and then we will move to the example of that one, right? So the alternating series is what? It's an infinite series. Okay, it is an infinite series, and the name itself tells it's alternating, right? So with what? Infinite series with alternate positive and negative number, right? Positive and negative terms. So that is called what? Alternative series, right? Now, how to check the convergency of that one? So for that, we are using one rule or the thing. Just a minute. Okay. So, okay. Infinite series is what? It's alternative term, either, okay, positive and negative. Now, to check the convergency of that, we are going to use a Leibniz test for that one. So, what is the statement for that one? The name of that test is what? A Leibniz test. So, suppose if the alternating series is there, which one? The summation n equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to n minus 1 n equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity un is convergent if. So now remember or compare it with the previous test. In all that you are finding what? Limit of that one. And you say either the limit L is greater than 1, less than 1 or equal to 1, right? But here it's what? We are checking for what? Only conversion. And if that two conditions are there to check the series is convergent or not. And if either of the condition is not satisfied, then directly you can say that the series is what? Divergent. Fine. So the thing is what? If the series is an alternating series, now you have to check simply two conditions. Which two condition? Un mod of un plus 1 greater than mod un, or we can say what, mod un is less than mod un plus 1. This is the first condition. And second condition is limit n tends to infinite mod of un equal to 0. That means if these two conditions are satisfied and your series is an alternative series, then we can say that it is what, a convergent. So this test is called what, a Leibniz test. Clear? Series is alternating. That means if you are having plus 1, minus 2, plus 3, minus 4 like that, and if these two conditions are satisfied, then we can say that what, our series is convergent. Either of the condition is not satisfied, we can say that the series is what, a divergent. Fine. So we'll take an example of that one. Example 1 takes the convergency of the series 1 minus 1 upon 2 root 2 plus 1 upon 3 root 3 minus 1 upon 4 root 4 plus, right? So you can see that one term is minus and one term is plus. So we can say what, the given series is what, the alternating series, right? First you, whatever the series is given, you need to decide either it is alternating or not, right? Then and then we can go for the Leibniz test. Fine. Okay. So what we can write from that, un, the nth term. What should be the un? Okay, just calculate it. How we are supposed to generalize the series in terms of what, n. Here all 1 are there. You can see either it's a plus 1 or minus 1. In numerator, either it is what, plus 1 or minus 1. So what is supposed to be there? Anyone? Yes, write down into the chat box. 1 upon n root n. But see, Dhruvin, it is what? Once it is minus 1 and once it is plus 1. So we can't write directly what? N. Okay. N under root n, that is correct one. Denominator is also okay. 30 number also. Both of you have written 1 upon. But instead of 1, something other, another is okay. 26 number also. Yes, 17 number minus 1. See, 1 it is in here numerator, plus 1, minus 1, plus 1, minus 1. And that depend upon the value of what, n. See, all of you have correct in that part, n root n. That is correct one. But what should be here? Here it depend upon the n value. See, if n is 1, so it is what? Plus 1. If n is 2, it is minus 1, right? That kind of thing. So what we can write down? Yes, minus 1 raised to n. Minus 1 raised to n. Is it? See, this is very important. If I'll write minus 1 raised to n, okay, upon n root n, then take the value of n equal to 1. Take the value of n equal to 1. So what should be there? 1 minus 1 upon 1 root 1. Okay. If you will take n equal to 2. So at that time you will get, just a minute. At that time you will get what? Plus 1 upon 2 root 2. So the reverse of this thing. So we can't write what? Minus 1 raised to n. We can't go for that. Fine. So what should be there? Yes, anyone? Okay, I'll check. Okay, minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Yes, 1 raised to n is also not possible, because if you write 1 raised to n, then what happened? It will give you always 1, right? So minus 1 should be there, that is fixed. But what should be the power? That is n minus 1. Fine, then and then you will get plus 1, minus 1 like that. So here it should be what? Minus 1 raised to n minus 1. That is correct one. Fine. So you need to make a practice how to convert it into the general form, right? Okay. Now any doubt for that? Anyone? So this is my un, right? Now what should be the mod un? What should be the mod un? Because see, in this case, it is what? First condition is what? Mode of un plus 1, n plus 1 greater than un, and the second one is limit n tends to infinity mode of un. So in each condition you require mode un. So what should be the mode un? From this un, what should be the mode? So mode is there, so always it will give you the what? Positive term, right? Remove 1 by n, no. How the n is supposed to be removed? If you are okay, un is fixed, that is what? Minus 1 raised to n minus 1, right? Okay. Now what about this? And see, Akhilesh, you are writing that 1 upon n raised to minus 1. So 1 upon n raised to minus 1. So anything raised to 1, it will give you always 1, right? So no need to write down this. So that's why your mode un is what? 1 upon n root n. Any doubt? 1 upon n root n. Yes, 1 upon n root n, that is correct one. Any doubt into this? Why we are not writing this numerator minus 1 raised to n minus 1? Okay, if you remove minus sign, then you are telling that 1 raised to n minus 1, but no need to write that because it will give you always what? 1 only, fine? Okay, so this is my un and mode un. Now you can write is what? The series is what? Alternating series, right? The series is alternative series. So we can apply which test? Leibniz test. In that one, two conditions are there. So first one is what? Mode un minus mode un plus 1. So what is that? Un is our minus, 1 upon n root n minus 1 upon mode of un plus 1. So instead of n, just push the n plus 1. So n plus 1 under root n plus 1. Now what is the condition? First condition is what? Un plus 1 minus un is what? Greater than, right? Either it will be a less than. So how we are going to check this? How we are going to check this? Here I think some mistake is there. Yes. The first step, yes, un plus 1 is, here it is less than. Yes, that was written mistakenly. It is less than, or you can say the un is greater than un plus 1. Okay, un is greater than un plus 1. So what we are trying to derive, or it can be written as a un minus un plus 1 greater than 0. Okay, so we are going for the first condition to check. Fine. Okay, any doubt? Fine. So what here? un minus un plus 1. So 1 upon n root n. Now we have seen un plus n plus 1. That means what? Instead of n, just put what? N plus 1 root n plus 1. Fine. Now what should be? Okay, the value of this is greater than 0 or not. That we are supposed to check. So n plus 1 under root n plus 1 minus n root n upon n root n into n plus 1 into under root n plus 1. Now what should be the value of this? Either greater than 0 or less than 0. So how you are supposed to check that, anyone? How we can say that this is greater than 0 or less than 0? Because here it is what? Un minus un plus 1. Fine. Is it greater than 0, this thing, or less than 0? So just put the value of n, okay, different value of n, and you can cross verify it, either it is a less than 0 or greater than 0. So anyone, what is the answer for this? Less than or greater than? Just calculate it for 2, 3 values of n. So you will be having idea of that one, right? How it is supposed to be used. Okay. It will be greater than 0. Yes. Yes. N is all right. So it is what? This term is greater than 0 for all n that belongs to the capital N. Now, if this is this, so we can say that our mod un is greater than mod of un plus 1. Okay, so this is our first condition. Now, second condition is what? Second condition, I'll write here. Second condition, we need to find out limit n tends to infinity mod of un. So what is the answer for this? Mod of un is what? This is 1 upon n root n, right? So just apply limit over there. Limit n tends to infinity 1 upon n root n. So what is the answer for this? Yes, just apply the limit concept. Apply the limit concept here, that is 1 upon infinity. So that answer you will get, that is what? 0. Fine. So just recheck this one. Leibniz says first condition is already satisfied. Now second condition also we have got what? Answer 0. So we can say that what? Using Leibniz test, our series is convergent. Using that Leibniz test, right? Our series is convergent. Okay, any doubt into this? How to check it? Okay, fine. Okay, so we'll move to the second example of the same thing. Okay, test the convergency of series. Example number 2. Test the convergency of series and the series is summation n equal to 1 to infinity minus 1 raised to n plus 1 upon log n plus 1. Okay, so what should be the un? It is given already, minus 1 raised to n, minus 1 raised to n upon log n plus 1. Now from that we can write what? Mod un. So what is that mod un? Same as the previous one, minus 1 raised to n plus 1, right? So no need to write down that part. So 1 upon log n plus 1. Okay, so the series is what? The alternating. The given series is alternating series. Fine. So we can apply what? A Leibniz test. So what is that? The first condition for that one is what? Mod of un minus mod of un plus 1. Okay. So just un is, mod of un is 1 upon log n plus 1 minus 1 upon log n plus 2. Now what is the value of this one? Just here, okay, n plus 1. So it will give you log n plus 2. Now log n plus 2 minus log n plus 1. What is the thing? Either it is supposed to be greater than 0 or less than 0. Yes. It is greater than 0 or less than 0. Just calculate that one. Okay. And the other condition meanwhile I'll write, that is what? Limit n tends to infinity mod of un equal to limit n tends to infinity 1 upon log n plus 1. Okay, what is the answer for this limit? And either it will be greater than 0 or less than 0. Yes, it is what? Correct one. That is what? Greater than 0. So first condition is satisfied of Leibniz, right? Second condition is what? Just you need to apply the concept of what? A limit. So what is the answer for that? 1 upon log n plus 1. N is infinity, right? So it will give you what? 0 answer, because log infinity, infinity, and 1 upon infinity, that is what? 0. Yes, 0 for second condition. So this is my second condition. So both conditions are satisfied. That means what? Using or by Leibniz test, the series is what? A convergent. Fine. So this is, in this way you can solve the example of what? Alternating series. Fine. Any doubt into this? Okay, mostly you will get what? Greater than 0 only here. 99% you will get in example. Other examples are also given in the book. So just go through that one. Okay, many examples are there in alternating series. So just go through once. Okay, we'll move to the next topic. That is what? A absolute or conditional convergent of a series. Okay, the next topic is, okay, uh, what if un plus, okay, if it is supposed to be then your series is divergent. Fine, your series is what? A divergent, because in Leibniz test what we are going to check, this is condition 2, that is for only convergent. If you find it less than 0, then your series is what? A divergent. Fine, you can write directly. Okay, now absolute and conditional. So in that one, the series is again a summation un with both positive and negative number. Okay, listen carefully. The series summation un, that is what? It is having both term positive and negative. But it is not required that, okay, not necessary that they are supposed to be what? Alternating. Clear? What is the difference? Alternating, it is not compulsory, but both term are there, positive and negative. That means it may be possible plus 1, plus 2, minus 3, plus 5, then minus 6. Positive and negative term is there, but it is not alternating, right? It is not necessary that it is alternating. So that type of series is called a absolute convergent if the corresponding series, that is what? Corresponding series is summation n equal to 1 to infinity mode of un is convergence. Right? Again, summation un is a series which is having positive and negative both terms, but it is not necessary that they are in alternate manner. Now, it is a absolute convergent if the corresponding series, that means which corresponding, that is what? Mode of un is convergent. Okay. Now, for the conditional convergent, what is that? If the series summation un is called conditional convergent, if the summation un is convergent and, so it is having two condition again, summation mode un is divergent. Here, first thing is what? For the absolute convergent. So for that you need to check only what? The mode un is convergent or not. The second is conditional convergent. For that you need to check two conditions. One is summation un is convergent and summation mode un is what? Divergent. Clear? So what is the difference between absolute convergent and simple convergent? And the another thing is what? Conditional convergent. Fine. Okay, we'll take an example so that will be clear at that time. Example is test the series for absolute or conditional. It will be asked in that way only. Conditional convergence. And the series is 1 minus 2 by 3 plus 3 by 3 square plus 4 by 3 square. See, the series is having positive, negative both term, but it is not alternating, right? 2 time plus is there. Okay, so what should be the UN? How we are supposed to find out the UN nth term? Here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever the n is there, that is supposed to be there, right? And in denominator, it is what? 3 square, and here also a 3 square, right? So how it is supposed to be there? Here in denominator, 3 raised to something is supposed to be there. And here what? Yes, n upon 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay, 3 raised to n minus 1, that is correct one. Okay, all are writing. Okay, first we'll talk about this. This will be simple, right? 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay, then here it is what? N. We can write because 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay, so we'll write what? N. That is also correct. But what about this? 1. Sorry, with that minus is there. How we can write down that minus? N upon 3 raised to n minus 1, that is up to correct one. Yeah, there is no repetition or something common. So how you are supposed to define that one? Okay, some have written minus 1 raised to n minus 1 into n. Okay, and denominator is same one, 3 raised to n minus 1. Yes. So, yes, 3 raised to n minus 1 not possible, as if you put n equal to 4. Just a minute. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay, we'll check it, right? Minus 1, that will check. Minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Okay, just I'm not having book right now. Just verify the series in the book. Those who are having 4 upon 3 square is there or 3 cube is there? Because it's a correct one. If we'll take the value of n equal to 4, then it is supposed to be 3 raised to 3. Yes. Okay, just check in a book. Okay, 3 raised to 3 is there, na? So maybe I have, fine. Okay, okay, fine. So obviously then and then the series would be in that term. So just correct here. It is what? 3. Yes. So 3 raised to n minus 1. Yes, okay. So any doubt into this? Yes, 3 raised to 3. Okay, fine, fine, Akhilesh. Okay. So this is my UN. So first we'll go for what? What is mod UN? Fine. Okay. So summation n equal to 1 to infinity mod UN can be what? Mod UN, or you can directly define mod UN from this also. What should be there? Mod UN, that is nothing but n upon, yes, 3 raised to n minus 1, right? Same as the previous one. Now what we are going to check? Yes. Here un equal to mod un equal to what? 3 upon 3 raised to n minus 1. Okay. Now From that one, again you can write what? Mod of un plus 1. So that is what? N plus 1 upon 3 raised to n. Okay? Any? Okay, fine. Okay. So now what is supposed to be there here? Summation n equal to 1 to infinity. No need to write this thing because already we have written un, right? Okay, fine. So this is the thing. Now how to check it? Either it's convergency, right? Absolute or a conditional. How to check it? Just see that for this one, what we are supposed to check for absolute, summation n equal to 1 to infinity, mod un is convergent. So using which test we can go for that? Which test? Here something like what? 3 raised to n, right? So which we have found mod un and mod un plus 1. So which test is supposed to be there? Anyone? So you need to use which? Ratio test, right? The DLM ratio test, that is what? Limit n tends to infinity mod of un upon mod of un plus 1. So that is what? Limit n tends to infinity. Okay, un is n upon 3 raised to n minus 1 into 3 raised to n upon n plus 1. So you will be having what? Limit n tends to infinity 3 upon, right? 1 plus 1 by n. Okay, this 3n is supposed to be cancelled out. So 3 upon 1, so that will give you answer what? 3. Fine, because 1 upon infinity 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 3. That is what? Greater than 1. Fine, which is greater than 1. Just a minute, which is greater than 1. So what? By ratio test. By ratio test, our mod un is what? A convergent. Is convergent. So we can say that what? Our series is, so our series is absolute convergent. Why? Because mod un is convergent. So according to the definition of this one, mod un is convergent, then we can say that our series summation un is called what? Absolute convergent. Fine. Okay, now anyone doubt? Okay, now I'll check. Okay, according to the general equation, minus 4 by 3 cube should be there instead of, okay, we'll check it. Okay, fine. See, because using ratio test, it will be easy for you because un is given. We can find out un plus 1. And if we'll do un upon un plus 1, right, then the limit, whatever you will found, so this thing is easy to check using the ratio. So now you need to revise all the tests, the ratio test and that comparison test and all, right? To check either the series is what? Convergent or divergent. Fine. Yes, Akhilesh. Any doubt? Akhilesh? Yeah.
Then why we are taking the in the un minus 1 to the power n minus 1? Ma'am, the minus sign is occurring only once in
Only
that
once.
series.
Yeah. But see, here there will be a what that we need to check. Here, after that, is there any minus sign is there or not? That we don't know, right? So just we'll recheck it with the n value, right? Have you calculated? Minus 1 raised to n minus 1 n upon 3 raised to n minus, oh, okay, so when n is supposed to be, we can say a even term at that time, just a minute, n equal to 1, So nothing is there. N equal to 2. So 2 minus 1, 1. So minus sign is there. Fine. Okay, whenever there is a 4 minus 1, 3. So that time also fine.
Ma'am, so like we have to assume that this is alternating series.
Alternating series. That I am just a minute, because in book I think this only is given, na? Or is there any mistake in this one? Anyone? Just cross check with the book. Just cross check either it's a minus sign or plus sign with the 4.
Ma'am, the same thing is given.
Okay, same thing is given. Fine. So we can't write minus 1 raised to n minus 1, right? Because it will,
But
yes.
ma'am, in book it is also given that minus 1 to the power n minus 1. In book also it is given,
We,
but like
yeah, it
in
is
series.
not. If we'll write this, then the series is not this. Here it should be a minus sign, then it is correct one, right?
And so we have to, like,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time we have to assume that series will be alternating.
No, it's not compulsory, right? See, just by seeing the series, you have to decide either it's alternating or not. But for absolute convergency, it is not necessary like always the series is alternating. It may be alternating, so maybe there will be a printing mistake in book. Then and then here it's a possibility, right? Because if it is minus 4, then and then we can go for minus 1 raised to n minus 1, otherwise not. Fine. So I'll cross check with the another book and let you know if I'll found this type of any example in that book or a other book. Fine. So it is not like that every time. It is what a alternating series. Fine. Yes, Devendra. Yeah, Devendra.
Ma'am, what is the
Yes.
purpose of this absolute and conditional checking? Here
Sorry.
we did the ratio test only and then we are saying that it is absolute series.
See,
So what is the purpose of
ratio.
using these two tests?
Ratio test is used for what? To check only that UN is mode of UN is convergent or not, right? But absolute and conditional is what? So if you go through the book, it is written also whatever the series, right, are what we can say a convergent. It is not necessary that all are absolute convergent, but absolute convergent is always convergent. So it may be used in other application to check for either the series is absolute or conditional, because the sequence and series are having many application in computer science also, right? So maybe that will be required at that time. So we are going to check for what we can say absolute and conditional convergency of the series. Fine. So in this way, we can go for this. That is what either it will be a absolute or conditional. Okay, clear? And this thing we will verify it. I'll verify it in another books that, but that is sure that the series is not always like what alternating series, right? For absolute and conditional checking. So this is the example for this one. We have very few seconds, but just I'll write the example 2. That is, suppose one series is given, that is summation n equal to 1 to infinity and minus 1 raised to n. Here directly the n term is given upon root n plus under root n plus 1. Okay, this is the example 2. We are not having enough time, so we'll solve it into the next lecture. And meanwhile, you can also try. But I'll cover this example in a